Yo, this is your first time here, welcome. Been here before, welcome back. My name's Steven. Today I'm going to be running through the GT Omega Pro Series gaming office chair. Call it gaming chair. So long story short, when I reviewed my current Boulies chair, this one, I'll leave the link to that video up here, I was kind of torn between this and the GT Omega. I think I mentioned that in that video at the time. So one of my good friends, Phil, him and his curly head decided that they were going to buy the GT Omega Pro. So when I saw the picture come up, I was like, hey, can I steal that to review it? And so he's like, yep, because I have two chairs, i.e. the two setups, and I mentioned before that I've been thinking about upgrading the chair that I've currently got, which is just a shit old office chair, to a new one. So yeah, since I thought about those two last time, I thought, well, since you've got it, I'll steal it, have a look at it, unbox it for him. He gets it set up, I get to review it, content for you guys, and aye, is what it is. So everyone's a winner. So yeah, today I'm just gonna unbox it, set it up, tell you what I think about it, whether it's worth the money, and whether you should purchase one. I'd just like to say, so obviously because of that story, I'm not sponsored by GT Omega. Is that the actual brand? Yeah, anyway, I know they're a Scottish company, or they're made in Scotland, so that's good for me, and good to support relatively local business. And yeah, so after the last video went out, I said we were at 850-ish subs. We're now at 870 odd, 880, approaching 900, still on that, shooting to get 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you are new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you do enjoy my content. Help me get to 1,000, really appreciate it. Everybody that leaves comments, likes, everything like that, again, super appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Hopefully we'll get there by the end of the year. But I won't waste any more time, let's get into it. Pretty sure this mic's going to die. We will find out. Okay, so yes, hello. Here I have the GT Omega Pro Series Black. It's a big box. So this currently seems to be on some type of offer for about 170 quid, which is about half the price of the Secretlabs from memory, and quite a bit cheaper than the Boulies as well. So it's maybe your more on the budget side. We'll call it budget. I'll probably put budget in the title, because for a gaming chair, it is budget. It's not like your terrible budget eBay or Amazon knockoff ones, but it's middle of the road budget gaming chair if you're looking for something a bit sleek that isn't as ridiculous priced as the Secretlabs Titan. As I said in my last video, if you do go back and watch that one, I have sat on the Boulies Elite, and I've sat on a friend's Secretlabs Titan. Hated the Titan because it was like a bag of bricks. Loved the Boulies. Boulies is still held up massively. There's just something a little bit different. Looks quite sleek, bit thinner, cooler looking, just less features. Let's get it opened. I couldn't think of a sensible way to really unbox this without it being really wanky. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and we'll see how it goes. So the box is massive and this thing is heavy. If you can't be asked with the unboxing or the building, skip to here and that'll go straight to the review. Also, this is my beard oil making stuff, in case you wondered what it is in the side of the frame. What about beard oil? DM me, I'll sell you some of mine. It's cool. Anyway, let's go. That could have been way smoother. Need to be careful when you're ripping into these, because sometimes you might rip the leather. What we got? We've got the pillow that you would expect. Quite nice, with the GT logo on it. We'll deal with you later. I think those are, I don't know, for this bottom of the stand. It does come with Allen keys and some other screws and stuff. We'll deal with that later. Chair assembly guide. Whoa! Oh, it's definitely heavier duty than the Boulies. Jesus Christ. It's a big metal beast, like. Yeah, that's definitely a lot more metal than the Boulies, that's for sure. Get rid of all this shite. Nice packaging. Ooh, looks nice actually. There we go. There's the main section. Quite nice looking. It's quite a nice material. It's I wouldn't say it's as premium as the Boulies. It's a bit more of a harder leather, but it feels more like a real leather, which is weird. Nice stitched in logo. The red stitching around the outside is quite nice. Nice quality bit of gear, I think. There's the back. I'll go through this in detail later on, but yeah, stitched in logo in the back. Some zippers. Yeah, the whole thing feels pretty nice quality. It is quite a bit thinner than the Boulies, but yeah, nice. Fuck off. This will be the main base. Fucking hell, this thing's beefy. Jeez, there's a lot of metal in this, like. I'm not exactly a weak person, and this stuff is heavy duty, like. I'm impressed with the weight of it. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. So we've got, similar to the underside of the Boulies and the Secretlabs, you've got these big bits of kind of elastic that you sit on, which are super heavy duty. That stuff's never coming away. Massive bolts, loads of clips. This is what you like to see in the bottom of a chair. This means that it's super sturdy. It's never going anywhere. This stuff isn't going to break away, because sometimes in the cheaper chairs, you'll see that when you sit on it, the stuff will break away from underneath. No chance this is going anywhere. Nice quality. Yeah, big bolts. So you like to see, same kind of pattern. All good. Red stitching down the sides. Yeah, nice. What else in the box? That's the lumbar support pillow there. Nice stitching on it. They've really done good with the branding here. What else? Armrests. Yep, go through them later on. And this will be the gas pump mechanism. No so great with the packaging there, but I suppose how do you package that up? Oh, come on. Snip through you, my bullet. Yep. There's the gas mechanism for the up and down, casters, and the base with a big long handle. Again, heavy. Can't say I'm surprised, but super heavy duty. Let me get all this shit away and get a little bit of a better angle for you. So we're now at the next day, because what happened was I planned to put it together last night, and then I got carried away playing Far Cry. I might do a video on Far Cry because it's an interesting play. Quite a good wee start. So that's why I didn't quite get around to it last night. So we're now on the next day, and this is it. So everything's unboxed now. I'm thinking I'm maybe gonna do the classic thing where, like, as a man, I just don't read the instructions and just try and put it together myself, because I've already put one together. So let's go. Because if I can put it together by itself without actually looking at the instructions, then I mean, that probably stands in good stead for how easy it is to put together. These maybe just pop in. So these are quite easy. Casters just slot into the bottom. Although, yeah, it takes a little bit of force to get them in, but they go. And one more. So what's it got? 2, 3, 5. 5 in the bottom. Part 1. Next part. So I'm gonna guess that this just slots into there. Yep, that's that. Simple as. Into here. That doesn't feel right. Oh, I guess it probably is actually. I think it's time to refer to the instructions. What we got? This or this. Okay, connect the back seat with the base. Well, I can do that part. So first take the screws out of the side. So from here, these screws come out. This is the same as the Boulies, so I remember this part. Big heavy duty screws. Just loosen them off with a Allen key and then take them out. See, this is the same thing that the Boulies had, where they just have these big kind of holes in the side. They give me a bit of the fear. So it's just like, you might want to be a little bit careful with what you're doing with that, just in case it rips it. But take both of these out. Could have surely picked a better angle for this. That one didn't want to play ball. Yeah, this just slides in, I think. Okay, so you have to line them up first before you do it. So you line them up so that they can take the holes, and then you do it. This is way fiddlier than I remember. That finally onto the screw bit. So that was actually quite fiddly to do. It wasn't very friendly to me. It's probably just me being an idiot. Everyone else will find it probably super easy, but it kind of means that you're just kind of screwing it into nothing. You just feel like you're screwing into fabric, which from memory I'm almost certain I gave the Boulies that same little bit of feedback, just with like a small lip or a tiny little bit round the edge of the hole in the backrest. It would just make it a little bit easier to guide it through and a little bit easier to set up. Screwing that on super tight. This must look sketchy on camera. Not using the instructions went pretty damn bad, so we then got on each side to cover the bolts. Got 2 nice little covers, just to stop the bolts kind of being on show. I'm quite impressed with how heavy this is. So these will just slip onto here. Then fasten the M6 bolts using the 6mm Allen key. Is this missing loads of bolts? I think I'm a bit lost. Should I have a bag of bolts somewhere? So, as being an idiot, the bolts that it's talking about are the big ones that are already fastened into the chair. The ones that hold these little side rests on, these tiny little nuggets, they actually go in with a screwdriver rather than the Allen key. Yeah, you kind of have to play a little bit of fishing with these, because like you've got a little area here and the bolt is only this long, so you have to kind of just hope that it's in and doesn't fall all the way through. If you buy one, you'll see what I mean. It's easy to do. Doesn't really make a bloody bit of difference. Just, I'm not exactly a handyman, you know? Right, what's next? Armrest mounting. So the armrests screw on pretty easy. Underneath, there's just 4 little holes for these. The bolts are already in the seat, so I'll just attach them on. They'll make you watch me do that. So that's easy. Armrests just went on, no bother. They're mega secure. They've got 4 massive bolts that go in each of them, and I think the whole bottom of it only has 4 massive bolts, so a bit overkill, but you're never going to complain about that. So if you're a heavier person, the armrest will be more than fine for you. So the next bit, what's happening here? Right, so we have done it right. That can't just sit on there like that. No way. We're missing a piece. That's pretty mad scenes. Remove the 4 pre-installed screws on the bottom with an M4 Allen key. So there's 4 screws just on the bottom of the chair. You take them out and then apply the bottom and then sit the chair on top of it. So that's all. So let's do. So just to be clear, if you're interested in what I'm doing here, this section, which is just the bit with the lever and all the kind of pulley stuff, this just goes attached to the bottom, and then that just sits on top of the part with the casters, and that's it. It's as simple as that. There's a little hole here and it just sits on it, and that's it. So these 4 screws just screw into the bottom of the chair as is, and then that sits on top of it, in case you were interested. That's screwed on. I'm basically just gonna now see if the main part of the chair will just sit on top. Line up the hole. How am I gonna do this? That would definitely be easier with 2 people. It's quite solid. Quite a bit harder than the Boulies. It's not very cushioned. Yeah, so the actual base of it isn't massively cushioned. It's if you've got sort of wider legs, or maybe you're slightly heavier, it's quite restricting either side of here. So like the Boulies is quite soft either way, and same. This kind of reminds me of the Titan. So if like me, so like I lift a lot, so my legs are slightly bigger than a normal average person, they push into the sides a little bit. So I'd just be wary of that if you're a heavier person. However, super comfy, nice, feels very ergonomic. Run through a few of the features. Yeah, I'm just doing comfort is the first one. It's very, very, very comfy. This thing is mad to sit in. I think actually base without the cushion, so like this without the cushion compared to the Boulies without the cushion, it's comfier. And in here as well, it's got quite a nice concave to it. So I'll throw the lumbar support pillow on and see what that feels like. The way that these lumbar pillows work is they see the 2 holes in the top. Basically, they've got these clasps through, probably seen these before, and these clasps go through there and they sit on the back of the chair. They can be quite ugly from the back, but that's how they connect to this, same as anyone's like this. So these go through here, and then this one goes right through the bottom underneath. I know that you're doing me a favour, Phil, but it feels like I'm doing you a favour building this thing. So that basically can go up or down, depending on where you want it. This pillow, go up, down, bottom of your back for the lumbar support. Probably normally have it close to the bottom. We'll see what that's like. It protrudes quite a lot. It's okay. I think maybe it would wear in a bit. Probably a little bit puffy just now, but it's okay. Yeah, that's cool. And I'm not going to bother putting the pillow on because you know what these pillows look like. I'll show you it. So basically these are the classic gamer kind of pillows. I used to use mine all the time on my other gaming chair. I don't really use it anymore. This one's kind of leather, which is cool, so it'll wick away sweat. This is what it looks like. Just here. Nice. So that attaches onto here and it works as a kind of pillow. More for, I mean, if you had it leaned back, I find that because I like to sit in quite an upright position, if I had it on, I'd be away like this. So I don't really use it, but it's quite a hard pillow, this one, but might be useful to you. It's got nice branding on it, so I quite like that. Good for pictures and shit. So this armrest goes back, forward, in and out, and up and down, which is all handy. So that's good. That's a lot of movement on both of these, which is quite decent. Quite good. Forward, back. All the way back, you're kind of restricted a bit by this, but I'm super tall, so maybe the chair isn't really built for that, but we will see. So you've got full movement of these. You can't make them go out this way, but it has enough movement to, I'm sure, pick something that is comfortable for you, no matter what you're doing, gaming, watching stuff, whatever it is. As far as look goes, very nice looking chair. It's super nice. Stacks up to the rest. It looks kind of just the same. It's got the same shape. It's got a nice material to it. The stitching's quite cool. All the logos are nice on it. It's got a nice pillow. And yeah, it's cool. Functionality, well, it's got the full armrest movement that you would need. It goes up and down. It's got a lot of height and depth to it. It's got quite a nice shape. So everything about it is relatively nice. I'm probably not a good example of this. So I'm 6'4", and I don't know if it's built for people this kind of size. I'll spend a bit of time in it and see what I think. But as far as we go just now, it maybe seems built for somebody a little bit smaller. I'm a kind of quite a big guy, so yeah, it might be built for somebody a little bit smaller. But for the price, I think you're getting a lot for your cash. I really think that it is worth it. The materials it's built of, I really like. The armrests are similar to any others that I've seen. They're this kind of chic plastic. It's not really cheap plastic, especially for what you're paying for it. You might think you were getting a bit less than one of the more premium ones, but that's not true. As far as the lever, what does it do? How far do we go back? Go back quite far. Go back quite far. Oh. Okay. Oh. So, for anybody that wants to ask the question, how far does it go back? It actually goes further than 180. I don't think you would ever need it to go further than 180, but it seems like it does that. Yeah, no, it's an impressive chair. I feel like I'm happy I went with the Boulies But this is a really nice chair, especially if you want to spend like £100 less. It's super worth it in every way. Looks nice. As far as assembly goes, meh. I'm not really good at building stuff, but it was less friendly than the Boulies, less friendly than the Secretlab I've seen built in a couple of videos. But it was piss easy enough, just a few screws and some bolts. It didn't really take very long. But yeah, so definitely worth a purchase if you're thinking about getting one. And I'm quite picky with these types of things, and I would rate it. If you could stretch, I'd maybe get something like a Boulies perhaps. But if you can't stretch it and you want something a little bit more budget, this is spot on. It'll do exactly what you want, looks good, does the trick. And easy to assemble and relatively cheap. So if you've got any questions about it below, please drop them and let me know. I will leave a link to where you can buy one in the description below as well if you want to do that. Leave me a comment, let me know if you've done that. And while you're here, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to click that sub button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.